Assalamu alaikum. Hello to all. Very happy to have you with me here today. We're going to just take an overall look at Faluka, which is an Arabic language learning platform, and just get a sort of an idea of how to navigate through it and use it. Essentially, the site is made up of two parts. One is the social platform itself, which allows the students to get in, form UCA friends, and make friendships and exchange interactions on the level of the language learning materials themselves, and also on the level of just cultural exchange. And the other part of the platform is the content, the learning materials, which was the bulk of the time spent while building Faluka. Faluka essentially started as a small project, just wanting to get out there and post online some learning materials for learning Arabic. And what happened was the testing itself and the sort of going back and forth uh, between student interaction and creating the materials online. That sort of extended the period of the building process period, and uh, the aim was to sort of record the directly the problem areas that students were having, and to I put them on the site, and then to see how students respond to the materials. So after that was all done, um, we thought, okay, let's go for it and let's launch the site. Then we realized, that students aren't really motivated to learn to use the resources on their own, and it's so much more fun and entertaining once you have that social platform that we were still missing. So we went ahead with that, and we built a platform that would allow students to easily interact, hopefully easily interact with one another, and share experiences and whatnot, even if they're not in the Middle East. Just going perhaps to a Middle Eastern restaurant, or just any kind of district that reminds them of the Arab world, and they feel that they want to share it online. So let's just go ahead and move around a little bit on the site, and then we'll call it a day for now, and then maybe sort of have future videos where there could be small mini orientations on how to use the learning resources if you want to teach and whatnot, and either with Faluka or independently, sort of get so that you could get to know how to use the resources themselves. So of course the first step is that you would need to go ahead and create an account. Super easy. Just put in your email, user pass, and after that's done, the first thing you do when you enter is you need to create your profile. The personal profile will allow you to sort of interact with others more transparently, and when you're reaching out to a Nuga friend, they can see your picture, and they can see what part of the world you're from and what level you are at in your language learning process. And also some people might be in the platform to do this language exchange, English Arabic language exchange experience as well. So you'll need to put that in your profile so that people, the right people would be approaching you. So yeah, so after your profile is done, that's it. You have a block there that is on the left hand side with your picture and your information, and you can start. That's when you can start posting and sharing and uploading, whether it be documents or URLs you want to share, pictures, and whatnot. Um, and and you you'll find that the site will remind you of Facebook, because the whole newsfeed concept is there, and you once you make a friendship with someone, then he or she will appear in your newsfeed. And so the learning curve in using the platform will pretty much come intuitively for a lot of us because there's a lot of people on Facebook. So yeah, so that's the social platform, and uh, making Uka friends is super easy. You press on a username, and whenever you see a username, you can go and see their profile page, or just directly send them a friendship request. And once they accept the friendship request, you once you find a friend and they accept it, they will appear in your chat box and on the right hand side there, and you can interact with one another using audio, video, screen share. Just just the sort of, it'll allow you to not only socialize, but also if you decide that you want to teach and give lessons, it'll make it so much more easier. Um, so yeah, as for giving lessons, you just fill in a form, a very to the point form, where you would basically be supporting students through their challenge, through the level that you feel you can teach them. If you're a student yourself, then it's recommended that you be at minimum 2 levels above the student that you want to teach. So let's say you're intermediate mid, then maybe you can teach a beginner high student, for example. So yeah, so you would help the beginner high student through their weekly challenge. They would show up, and you could help them in in different ways. It could be that you're interacting with them. Usually the speech part, the students will want to take through the Feluca teachers, the speech labs, because they want to speak with native speakers, or with proficient non-native speakers. But if you're intermediate mid, then you're probably more going to want to work with the student, in helping them understand the grammar, and maybe go through their homework assignments and whatnot like that. So, and you can send one another through the messaging system that's built in the platform. You can email each other, and it will also go to your regular email box, outside. It'll reach outside the platform as well. So yeah, so that's that. Now we can just maybe talk a little bit about the game-like nature of the platform, just to create incentive and sort of put a fun twist to it. As students would be seeing their UKA point meter increasing as they do their assignments, as they interact, and they gain UKA points through different things they do on the site. It could be just liking somebody's statement, or it could be joining in and answering somebody's question. So accumulating UKA points is kind of nice, and then you can see the top people who are gaining these UKA points, and then the winner at the end of the challenge. Also the accumulation of badges, and yeah, just sort of, it adds to the focus and the structure of the whole experience of, I have to sort of get through these 12 weeks. Um, Now we can sort of move on now and take a look at the 9 levels, the 9 level program, and at the content itself, the resources itself. So students need to decide where they are, and if they're beginning from the very beginning, fine. Some might find that they're a little bit further higher up in the levels, and once they choose their level, they are signing up for these emails, and they will receive a little assignment for them to do each week. It's actually, the assignments do take a little bit of time to get through, and they'll probably have to distribute the time throughout the week, a few like a few hours throughout the week to get through the assignment. And if you're in the platform, you can easily reach the learning materials under a section that's called Reader's Corner. And Reader's Corner is where you'll find all the chapters, all the grammar, the podcasts, the videos, and where you'll also find some additional supplementary resources, like for example a learn to read section separate, it's by itself. um, and Yeah, so once you're in the reader's corner, you can get a pretty much of an overview of the entire program, and the the week to week assignments that you would be getting. So the syllabus itself, the challenge syllabus itself, if you look at it altogether, it could be a little bit overwhelming, but if the student decides that they want to go through it, then they'll sort of have to keep up with their weekly assignments, and maybe also get some encouragement and motivation from other students as well going through it with them. And um, one of the things that sort of makes Feluca a little bit uh, uh, possibly attractive for students is that it addresses the fact that some students want to learn MSA, some students want to learn a dialect, and some want to do both. So it gives both. Everything in the site is given in both MSA and the Egyptian dialect. Um, um, if you were to, if you were to actually click in and look at the modules, you will always find that the MSA is on top and the Egyptian dialect is on bottom. And the MSA appears always in brown everywhere on the site, and the Egyptian dialect appears in blue. So it's the same thing with the videos. It's the same with It's the same with the videos. If you have the option to play the MSA version or the Egyptian dialect version. So if I'm just gonna, I don't know, wait now. Let's say I go into the Dafa construction module. I know there's a lag time sort of difference when I'm recording in AVI format and even in other formats. So sometimes what you see is not what you're going to hear me say. um, but I'll stay on the same page for a while so that I make sure that you guys see it. Yeah, so for example, in the Dafa section, you'll see that you can just listen and play for each phrase, and you can choose whether you want to hear MSA or the Egyptian dialect. So I think that this is maybe a good point to stop. Just the aim was to sort of just give you sort of an overall idea on what how the platform is divided into the two parts, and and then maybe we can just do shorter videos, upcoming videos on how to sort of use the site on a more detailed level. So yeah, so I'll just stop here, and shukran gazilan, and I hope to speak with each and every one of you very soon. Take care. Bye.